welcome you into Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln, Nebraska. Number 14, Indiana against the Huskers, both 3-0 in Big Ten play. The Hoosiers with the 22-17 lead. Sloan Martin, Megan McEwen along with you, and joined by today's guest of honor, an all-time Husker great in Jordan Hooper, whose number is up in the rafters as of today. Appreciate you joining us here for this game as we see Mackenzie Holmes go to work again in the post. Jordan, I have it on good authority, a lot of Alliance Nebraska is here as well. Can you tell us a little bit about growing up on a ranch, how that fueled your love of basketball, and coming from such a rural part of this state and moving yourself here to Lincoln?
I know. A lot of people from Lincoln and Omaha, they think you're west when you get to Kearney. And I went to Kearney yesterday morning and came back, and I'm like, just a normal drive. Like, it was totally fine. So yeah, being all the way out in literally the sticks is, I don't know, it was fine. I loved it. Like I said, grew up on a ranch, so I'm pretty used to there being no people around. But whatever. But yeah, the work ethic was, that's where it was started, was on the ranch and stuff. And just having that. I don't know, it's really special to have a lot. I've seen so many people from Alliance here. I'm like, I didn't know you were coming. I didn't know you were coming. It's really, really cool to have them here.
Here's a look at that pregame ceremony as well, which you were emotional about at the time, too. I know you said that it's just the feeling of being back here at Pinnacle Bank Arena, but what were those emotions for you seeing it go up?
Yeah, lots of emotions. It's been really emotional since I got the phone call, honestly, because I've heard from people I haven't spoken to in quite a while. I got to see people I haven't seen in a while. Just being back in this atmosphere and being in this school is just important, and I think it just shows my emotions show.
I was told it was under close circumstances that phone call happened. Jeff Breach, the longtime SID, telling you it was a recruiting call, so you were caught off guard.
A little, just for that. I knew it was going to be like a 13-14 team and alumni weekend and stuff, so yeah, I was just caught off for just the jersey retirement, which I think that's an awesome thing to be caught off guard about.
You guys have always had fantastic crowds at Nebraska, and really now women's basketball is on such a huge stage, and we're seeing great crowds everywhere, but Nebraska's always had great crowds. How special was it to play in front of that every single game?
It was amazing. And I told this to a few reporters. I said they definitely helped us win those games. That were, like the nitty-gritty stuff, and a call could have gone one way, and we get into it here. Like, we don't have a lot of things to do in Nebraska, so our sports are our thing to do.
Well, right now, you and your brother are currently building a basketball court back out on your ranch in Alliance, correct?
It was when we were younger. We built it, or we had laid the concrete and paid for it. We didn't do that stuff, but yeah.
So where did that love of basketball start?
Honestly, I think it started when I was a third grader. That's when Coach Brew, he's my first and foremost coach forever for everything, taught me everything. So third grade, he said, yeah, to my mom, bring her in, we'll get a ball in her hands, and we'll start doing some basic stuff, and that's where it started, and just every time not every time, the times I would remember in my head, it was always for him, and now it's even more so for him, and he's passed away, so it's even more so, it's more special, because I know that he was the one that laid the foundation.
And you have just developed into one of the best that have ever played at Nebraska. Your ability to knock down threes, too, is so special. What have you noticed about this Nebraska team in particular that stood out to you?
Well, thank you, first of all. Just the hard work. Like, they do a lot of little things well, and that's what it takes to be good and to win games. And so if you can get 10 to 12 people to do those little things well, then you're probably going to be successful, and that's what we had.
Did you know that you were Alexis Markowski's favorite Husker growing up?
I didn't know that, and that's amazing, because we were talking the other day, Emily, Katie, and I were like, we are in awe of her. Like,
I love it.
Because it's just amazing to watch what she's done and what she's continuing to do night in and night out, so it's really special to be here and watching her in person.
When she talked about that Husker legacy, where now she knows that the little girls are looking to her, just like she did to you and to other players or teammates like Emily, Katie as well. What do you feel about her? She's coming for your double-double record, too.
Get it. Records are meant to be broken, and I hope it's somebody from Nebraska that does it.
What's made the Big Ten so difficult to play in? You guys won a championship. You know what it takes to win at that level, but why is it so hard?
Everybody is good. There's not one team that you're like, oh, we can take a night off. We don't have to worry about them. Every single team was always good. They were always smart. All the scouts were on point. Like, you just have to be a little bit better in some areas, and that's sometimes you don't know what that area is until it's over, you know. So it's just little things I think are the most important things.
What was your favorite win at Nebraska in the Big Ten?
I would say anytime we beat Purdue, we would always have overtime games, or, you know, they would just be intense games. And so anytime we come away with a win against Purdue and Michigan State, anybody, I was like, we have to beat everybody. But those are my favorite, I guess, Purdue and Michigan State probably.
Those were the top teams in the Big Ten back in the day.
Constantly, too, yeah.
We are reliving this time of the Big Ten. There's not a whole else like it. So we appreciate your time, Jordan, so much to relive those memories, to celebrate your career, and to celebrate the Husker community.
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Here in the